Well, it seems like Disney is becoming more racist upon white people every day. Yeah. Just seeing all these movies, like Little Mermaid, and especially the movies I watched in the past. And they've been doing it for a long time too. This is not the first. They've been doing it for the last 3 years, doing this shit. Race swapping characters, being racist upon white people and everything else. And yeah, they've been doing it for a long time. And this is why I actually ended my Disney Plus subscription for. This is half the reason why, and the other reason I can't really say on here because I'll get demonetized because we got different laws in Australia here. I ended my Disney Plus subscription ages ago, and I don't really care much about the Mandalorian series. I don't really care about the Disney Star Wars trash. I don't really care anything about that no more, because I don't really care anything about Disney no more. Really, I don't. The last Disney movie I actually brought from them was Big Hero 6, and that's it. And that's it. That was practically the last Disney movie I actually brought from them. Yeah, I'll probably buy their old stuff like like Robin Hood, Fox and the Hound, and all the old classics back in the days, but not their new shit now these days. It's like tasting shit and garbage in the same time. Not a good combination, that's what Disney is in my mouth these days. An untasteful, and they lost their art direction now. And they just lost their art direction. Like, this is why I do miss the renaissance of Disney back in the days, because they were making lots of new things. Yeah, and the thing is, right, they're always going back to the old and just completely trashing it with all their political stuff and ideas. I just don't understand why they're doing this shit for. They're basically shitting themselves in the foot. Oh, they're saying, well, we're not racist and everything else. Well, put it this way, right? The history of Disney, right? They have a big track record for being racist upon black people and white people now. It's nothing new of Disney, man. They have a track record of doing that shit to certain cultures and race. And if I'm correct, they even were racist upon Chinese back in the days, like Chinese and Japanese back in the days. They have a real big track record being racist. They did. They do. And like making fun of certain cultures and everything else in their cartoons and stuff like that back in the days. And they're a bunch of racist stereotype people. And they're not really good people in Disney. They're not. You probably get, the only time when Disney was good and there were good people working in Disney, it was in the Renaissance days. I do consider the Renaissance days, the 70s, the 80s and the 90s, because they were making new shit, new material. I know Fox and the Hound was actually a book before, but that was a new thing. They're brought into the table back in the 70s. I think that was released in the 80s. And they're just like constantly just releasing new stuff. Like, you know, Hunchback of Notre Dame and everything else in that. Like, and Hercules and everything else. They were creating like all kinds of shit. Like Lilo and Stitch. Atlantis the Lost Empire. Tarzan. Lilo and Stitch. And everything else. You know, like Disney was once a good company back in the 70s, the 80s and the 90s. And yeah, like they were once a good company back then. But you got your good people working in Disney, you got your bad people working in Disney. But now these days, it seems like all the bad people are working in Disney these days. All the bad people. All the bad people are working in Disney these days. There's no good people working in Disney these days. Like all the good people are just gone and disappeared. You know, I think they're probably doing like working in different animation studios now these days. And yeah, like Disney is not once what it once was. It's became more of a political standpoint, not art direction and entertainment wise. And yeah, I'm gonna sign off and talk to you guys later. See ya, bye, and God bless.